And welcome to 13 and 1. I'm your host, Francis Veltri. And guess what? We're here to do another show. This is episode 5. And if you're watching this on YouTube, remember to hit the subscribe button. I need subscribers. I really do. Not just that, it makes me feel better. If you wouldn't mind, hit the subscribe button if you enjoy this. If you don't, subscribe anyway. You can delete it. That's the beauty of the internet. So this is 13 and 1. This is the talk show that is like a game show. But, Sarah, there are no prizes. I know. Maybe someday we'll have prizes. I doubt it. But we may.
Such is life.
Yeah, exactly. So, Sarah, let me introduce yourself. Let me introduce you so you can introduce yourself.
Okay.
Sarah Binder, I know you through improv comedy. You were also very funny. And tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do and anything you want to share with the
I'm a social
audience
worker.
of YouTubers.
Yes. I'm a social worker that specializes in educational neglect. It's not fancy. I'm a tutor. I'm married. I have a kid. I've known you almost a decade now, right?
Yeah, I think. Yes, that's true. I forget that.
So through Disposable Theater, we've been doing it together for quite a while.
Yes, we have.
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, we kind of even met before that.
Yes, that's true. Because of your daughter, I was her teacher for a year.
Right. I can only imagine because I understand kids are little confessors. I can only imagine what she admitted about my wife and I.
Well, and it was super fun because the class I had her in for math, it was just she and I. So I had like 45 minutes of one-on-one time with your daughter.
She's my kid and I couldn't do that.
I just remember her being delightful and she'd just chat about what she did for fun and all kinds of stuff like that. No deep, dark secrets. And if there were, I don't remember them. So you're safe.
All right. So this is what we do is I ask you 13 questions and then you're going to ask me one. Not pre-planned. You have not seen my questions and I have not seen yours, correct? Okay. This is kind of going like a deposition. Now you've been sworn in. You've stated your full name. No, our first question is easy. This is a general question I ask everybody. Some of these questions have been asked before, some aren't. Some I like. Some people have commented to me, my wife, that I shouldn't repeat questions. And you know what? I'm not sure on that yet. I still, because some questions are really good. And some questions,
you got to keep
I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, I just have to throw that in there because eventually she'll watch this. Probably like 2 years from now. But eventually she's like, why were you bringing me up? Well, it's by this point, 2 years. All right. So, like he's watching this in 2 years. Sarah, we'll start with the easy question. Number one, this is question number 1. What superpower would you want to have?
Telekinesis.
And
partially because it would be really easy to clean the house that way. And partially because I enjoy messing with people sometimes, especially when they're aggravating me. And I have a lot of retail experience in my background, so I would just love to have those annoying customers and have them doing something rotten and then just have something fly out of their hand or float across the shelf in front of them just to mess with them.
So is it safe to say that you'd be more of a super villain than a superhero?
I prefer to look at it as a gray area.
Okay.
I'm a fan of the anti-hero, so it might be a little of both.
Okay. I'm going to just put down anti-hero. So, I always change what I would like to, be it just depends on what they ask me. But I do have to think that telekinesis is pretty cool. But I don't know if, I'd probably end up being like the superhero that would be the practical jokester. He's like the side character in the JLA. Like they just bring him and the Atom on to just for one episode.
Yeah, I would be the plucky comedic relief.
The plucky, earnest, hard worker. Number two. Question number 2. So you did good on question number 1. Very good. Giving you an A on that. I'm giving it to you in teachers speak so you can, help understand. So you can, you know.
Do I get a gold star if I do enough right?
You know what? We would, but I did promise no prizes.
Oh, yeah.
That would be breaking a rule.
That's fair, and you can't do that.
No. Number 2. Okay. So this is one of my favorite questions. I think maybe I've overused it, but I don't care. I like this question. Number 2. Have you been to McDonald's lately? This is not the question. This is just the background. You've been.
My daughter has a soft spot for the Happy Meal.
Right. Sure. And so right now there's a Travis Scott Happy Meal.
What is that?
Okay. Well, I'm glad you asked because that's part of the question. Travis Scott is a singer.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Didn't know that. You know what's so funny? For being so popular, nobody ever knows, and the people that I'm interviewing, and again, this is the over 18 crowd that's watching this. Travis Scott he's popular in the under 15, 18 crowd. He actually appeared on Fortnite where he did a live video comp. Yeah, exactly. He was like a digital character. So anyway, so Travis Scott now has a meal at McDonald's, and I'm trying to find my favorite Travis Scott's gone. But anyway, he has a meal at McDonald's, and it's made up like his favorite, like his meal. It's a quarter pounder with cheese, bacon, onions, and pickles, with a side of fries, a barbecue sauce to dip the fries in,
I approve.
and a Sprite. Now you don't have to get the Sprite or whatever, but you can, that is the meal. So could you tell me if there was a Sara Binder meal, where would I get it and what would be in it?
Taco Bell.
Okay, that's what.
Taco Bell.
It's so bad. It's so bad for you too.
Yes, but it's delicious.
Yes.
And it would actually be on the breakfast menu.
Oh, interesting. Breakfast.
I don't know if you've had Taco Bell breakfast, but it is not.
Oh, no, I have not. I haven't had the Wendy's breakfast, so.
Oh, I haven't had that either.
But so it would be a Taco Bell breakfast. What one? What would it be?
It would be a Crunch Wrap.
A Crunch Wrap.
Yeah.
And so you would order this for breakfast. Is this breakfast anytime?
No, they don't do breakfast anytime at Taco Bell, unfortunately.
But this is the Sara Binder meal.
That's true. So yes, anytime.
Okay, this is the Sara Binder. Remember, there are no rules to the Sara Binder meal.
That's true. It would be a Crunch Wrap, and it would have the potatoes, even though the jerks got rid of all the potato products.
People have complained about that on this very show many times.
Potatoes, eggs, sausage, a lot of cheese, and a side of guacamole to dip it in. But not spicy, because I'm a sissy.
Okay. So you would it come with a little? They get the spicy sauce that remember they always ask you that at Taco Bell. Would you like some spicy sauce with that?
Yeah, it would definitely come with the spicy sauce, and it would come with a coffee that tasted like melted ice cream, because that is the only way I drink my coffee.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, I just want to play a little bit of Travis Scott here. Now, I can't play too much because YouTube will probably ban it.
I was going to say, are there trademark
I think
things?
This is just an example. I think I'm allowed to do that. That was from Apple Pie by Travis Scott. Just so you know, it's a pretty good song, actually.
I may have to look into that. Thank you.
Sure, no problem. That's what the show is for. It's a show of discovery.
Yay!
What is this for? It's a show for 15-year-olds discovering their sexuality.
Whatever works.
Okay, now I know you're musically inclined. So,
I am.
Okay, so I thought I'd give you some musical questions.
Oh, yay!
There are no. So the beauty of this game show is there are no wrong answers.
Good. I'm good at
only answers. All right. So What musical would you like to star in?
Oh my gosh. You know, the sad thing is I've actually thought about this.
Of course you have. I have too, and I don't even sing.
um, there are two of them that I would love.
You don't have to pick one of them. I want to hear them both. That's the beauty of this.
The first one is Avenue Q. Are you familiar with it?
I am. That's with the puppets.
Yes, the irreverent Muppets with songs such as Everyone's a Little Bit Racist and The Internet is for Porn.
Okay. And both statements are true.
Yes.
Both statements are true.
I agree.
Both statements are true.
That's another discussion.
Yeah. We don't have to. That's fine. I'm just saying, I don't even know those songs. I know the musical, but those statements are true. I think any musical that can is A-okay with me. Anyway, and I haven't seen it. So go ahead.
But there's one female lead. There's technically two, but it's Gary Coleman played by a woman, and I obviously cannot play Gary Coleman.
Sure you could.
Okay. Depends on where.
Whatever you want to do. We could do. This is Sarah Binder world.
Oh, okay, I get it. Well, I don't know if I would play Gary Coleman. I'd have to think about that. But they have Kate Moss.
Strokes, Gary Coleman?
Yeah. He's the landlord.
I've never seen this, so okay.
He is the landlord on Avenue Q to all of the puppets.
Oh, okay. Is it real? Was he really in the musical, or did they just get somebody to play him?
They got somebody to play him.
Because he was maybe dead by then?
When did he die?
I don't know, but we try not. That's the other thing I've discovered in the show. If we don't know an answer to a question, we just move on. Because I spent 10 minutes trying to remember Christina Aguilera's name in episode 3. And I brought the show to a screaming halt. So if we don't know an answer, we just make it up. So Gary Coleman was dead.
Okay, yes. Then they definitely got someone to play him. But
or they got a Ouija board.
That would be impressive.
That would be a long show. How much is the rent? $100.
$10. Okay, we're done.
Yeah, we're done. Yes or no questions for Gary Coleman's ghost.
But the character Kate Monster has some really good songs. And then Spam-A-Lot. Are you familiar with Spam-A-Lot?
I'm familiar with that one, yes.
I love Monty Python, and the Lady of the Lake, which is one of the only female roles, has this amazing belting song in the second act that's complaining about how she's had no lines in the second act. It is delightful. And in the first act, they make fun of the romantic connection ballad. Mm-hmm. So I think it's Lancelot played by Hank Azaria. Mm-hmm. And they're singing about how every show has a song like this, and they complain about the key change and how they're singing in each other's faces. And it's an absolutely hysterical song. I would love to play the Lady of the Lake. Okay.
See, for me, just as an aside, I would love to play King Herod in Jesus Christ Superstar. I would love it.
I've never seen Jesus Christ Superstar.
So it's pretty serious. Okay.
It is. I've heard that.
But they do to help after raising the stakes. They bring in like a comedic scene to sort of take some air out, and then the stakes raised. Because guess what? Jesus is going to sing a lot, and he dies at the end. I think that's what happens. But anyway, and again, I'm not trying to spoil it for anybody.
Yeah,
read the book. Read the book. No, but it's a funny part. It's really funny.
Oh, okay. So it breaks up all the.
Yeah, it's like would be right in my limited wheelhouse. So anyway, so that's question number 3. That was question number 3. You're doing great. Oh my God, you were like A+ so far. You know what? I might break a rule and send you a sticker after COVID's over.
Yes, of course.
Because that's going to be a lickable sticker. I don't.
Oh yeah, definitely don't want that until after everything's safe.
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah. All right, number 4. Another musical-inspired question for you. What song do you think you could cover and make it a top 40 hit?
Oh wow. Wow, that's hard.
It could be any era. It could be, like a 40s, just to give you a moment to think. I would love to cover the Andrews Sisters and Bing Crosby singing Hawaiian Christmas.
I hate that song.
I love that song. You really hate that song? You're the first person I've ever met that hates that song.
I love Bing Crosby. White Christmas is like my favorite Christmas movie.
Sure.
I don't like Mele Kalikimaka.
Thank you for saying that, because I can never say it. That's why I can't do a cover. I can't do the cover. I mean, Makaleka Laka Maka Muka. So no, so it doesn't have to be a seasonal song. It does not have to be a seasonal song like I picked. It could be any song that you would like to cover. Another song that I like that it probably outs me as being secretly gay or something is yeah, you're like that's is These Boots Were Made for Walking. I love
that's a good song.
That would be a fun song because nobody's covered that. I don't think
that's true. No one has.
So, but
this is hard. I have like 8 different songs going through my head right now.
Yeah, just pick one, and then while you're saying that one, you'll think of another one. So we'll go with your second best choice, and then
Magic Man by Heart.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Nobody covers that song.
Nobody covers Heart because they're amazing.
Exactly, and they're good singers too.
They are. I love them.
I don't know if they're in the Gary Coleman category.
No, they actually performed live not that long ago. They're a lot older and they don't have the vocal capacity that they used to, but they're still decent. But yeah, I would have to go Magic Man just because it's such a good, mysterious kind of song, and I really like it.
I could see you also doing Barracuda.
Yes. My daughter has recently discovered Trolls World Tour, and I don't know if you're familiar with the movie.
I'm familiar with the characters that do hurt my eyes from Trolls. Yes, I'm familiar with that.
But the second movie brings in music from other genres, and one of the characters is a rock troll.
Oh.
And she covers, let's see, Rock You Like a Hurricane, Crazy Train, and Barracuda.
Nice.
My daughter will sing along with them. So hearing a little tiny 4-year-old voice in the backseat of the car rocking out to Barracuda just makes my heart happy. So many
Barracuda.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. So I could also see you doing like some Stevie Nicks covers.
I see. I'm not a fan of Fleetwood Mac just because I don't like the tonality of her voice.
Huh. Interesting. Well, see,
I've had things thrown at me for that.
What's that?
I've had things thrown at me for saying that.
I'm not going to throw anything at you. You're just not going to get a sticker for that answer.
That's all right. Someone threatened to poke me with a pencil in high school when I said that. So.
Really? You sure it was about that? Could it have been some other reason?
It might have been, but the timing made me feel like it was about the Stevie Nicks comments. Who knows? I wasn't nice in high school.
Yikes. All right. Question number 5. Best piece of advice you've ever been given? Oh, wait. And we're not talking wedding night advice either.
We slept on our wedding night. I was too exhausted to do anything else. You know what? It was recent. Somebody told me don't feel like people expect things. Don't expect things from people no matter what your relationship with them. You should never expect things from anyone.
Okay. All right. I've had the no matter what your relationship is, don't expect anything from my wife. No, that's not true. That is not true. Oh my God, I'm in so much trouble. But then again, 2 years from now, not now.
Yeah, she'll see this 2 years from now, and you'll be like, I don't remember saying that.
I never said that.
Yeah.
I never said that at all. So, are you a dog person or a cat? This is question number 6. Are you a dog person or a cat person?
I grew up as a cat person. We had 2 cats growing up, and I loved them. And then I met my husband when I was a teenager, and they had dogs, so I kind of got accustomed. So I am actually both now. I miss having cats around. That is an adorable dog with the cutest chew toy ever.
That's what he found. So would that change your mind at all if your dog came home with that?
Well, I mean, as long as it's not mine.
Okay. All right. Well, and I promised this would be PG-13 show.
That's PG-13.
Okay. All right. Because
Hard.
it's something you find. It's an object you find anywhere, right?
Yeah.
And it's a chew toy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. All right, so you're a dog person. Any type of dog that you like?
I like basset hounds because they got the big.
That was kind of
Mm-hmm.
kind of a basset. Oh, interesting.
I have a habit of playing with dogs' ears when I pet them because they're so soft. So I like the dogs with like the sticky up ears, but I'm not picky. I just, as long as they're not the little tiny dogs.
Oh, you don't like the yippy dogs.
No. If I want a yippy dog, I'll get a cat.
Yeah, exactly. I understand that. All right. Now, this is another hard one. Okay, ready? Because these get progressively harder.
Oh, no.
This is number 7.
Okay.
Who would play you in a movie? Now, again, this is Sarah Binder world. So you could say anybody, because one, they don't have to look like you. They would just say, who do you think would play, who would you want to play you in a movie?
Tina Fey.
Tina Fey? Okay.
She's got that smart mouth quippy thing going, which I do.
Yeah, which you have. Which you do have, by the way. I noticed that.
And I just really like her style. She has a very smart kind of humor, and I would like to think that that's kind of how I operate. So I think the parallels are there.
Yeah, for me it would be Ned Beatty.
Okay.
Thanks. No,
I just his picture in my head. I know of him, but I can't.
You don't. Oh, he's if you saw Deliverance, he's the guy that's like, you got a pretty mouth, boy. He's the guy that that.
Well, that's only if you're playing your prospector role.
Yeah, no, right. Hi there. You got a pretty mouth there, boy. No, Ned Beatty was the boy that had the pretty mouth.
Oh, okay. You have a pretty mouth, Francis.
Thank you. All right. What would the title of your autobiography? And this is question number 8. We are flying by today.
Yeah, these are going fast.
Yeah, well, you're doing a great job. You don't need a lot of time to think about these. You're like, boom, boom, boom. I might have to fill in. What would the title of your autobiography be?
Oh, my goodness.
Mine would be, by the way, this is a question I've done before, but mine would be, where the hell did I put that? That would be my autobiography. Where the hell did I put that?
Mine would probably be Organized Chaos.
That also could be your punk band.
Yes, I would listen to that band.
We're organized punk band, Organized Chaos. We're like everybody in the alphabet from A to E on the left side, and everybody from F to M in the middle, and then N to Z on the right. Okay, then. I meant stage left. Everybody move. So.
All right, well, I grew up my mom is very structured, very organized, very list-making.
Right? German?
Huh?
German heritage, perhaps?
No, I don't think so.
Interesting. All right. No, I'm just making a snap racial judgment. That's
fine. You're allowed.
Ethnic judgment. Sorry, ethnic.
But she's very organized, very structured, very just so. And I am, like, if you saw my desk right now, it would make many people twitchy because I have like a stack of stuff over here.
I was actually pretending to look at your desk.
So it's fine. I can give you like a rotating tour if you want.
I fell over because I was pretending.
I like that.
But I really committed to the scene.
Yes. Good commit.
So, oh my God. All right. So.
When I student taught, I had a woman that I was working with who was very similarly minded, and she actually told me I had to clean my desk off or she was going to throw things at me. When I was teaching, I would file things by throwing them on the floor in piles, and my students would gather them all up for me and then give them to me, say, here, you dropped this.
And then I would wait. My daughter did that.
She may have. But then I would wait until, the next class came, because when I taught middle school, I had different classes. And I would clean it all up and put it back on the floor the way I had it, because it's my system. I know how it works. If I clean and I put something somewhere where I can remember where it is, I have no idea where I put it.
This is Organized Chaos.
Yeah, it's my punk band.
Yeah.
Makes me wish I still played rock band. I could
there
just
you go.
have that.
Well, we're going to go off the script here. What is your favorite video game?
I am a fan of the Final Fantasy franchise.
You know, when I have my Final Fantasy, it is not a video game.
Well, I hope it's not, Francis. I hope it's very, very real.
So you like the Final Fantasy franchise games?
Yeah. It's the RPG style stuff, and my favorite one is actually on the Super Nintendo. It's Final Fantasy. It came out as Final Fantasy 2, but if there are people watching who know the technical terms, it's Final Fantasy 4.
Mm-hmm.
But I love my Super Nintendo console. I actually have one of those little emulators that they came out with a couple of years ago, and I prefer that to all of the new stuff now.
Mm-hmm. I don't
very old
emulator.
It's a little Super Nintendo console that has probably like 15 old Super Nintendo games on it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But they updated the graphics a little bit so you can play it on the big TV. Because if you take your Super Nintendo and connect it to a current day TV, the picture quality it's painful. Mm-hmm. Because the 16-bit pixels that are supposed to be like this big or like this big, and you're kind of like.
Right. It kind of looks like this background that I have here. This one, it kind of looks like this.
I like that background.
Not this one. This one.
Oh yeah, same.
It looks like this, like it's like a video game. Yeah. So, and if you're watching it smallly on your cell phone, it looks fine. But if you're looking at anything larger than a tablet, this looks like a pixelated mess behind me.
Yes.
But, that's just the way it goes. So. Anyway, whoa, wait a minute. What's going on there? You know, that is why there is no technical ability on my part here. So, so let me ask you this. Now, you do role-playing games. You go role-playing stuff. And do you think it's true that comic book people and role-playing people, while there's a crossover, they tend to be different types? Like the role-playing people tend to be more group-oriented. They're like more social. I mean, it is a collection of geeks. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah, it's a gaggle of geeks.
I'm not saying this is the cool people. This is not the cool people. Absolutely, and nor the comic book. But the comic book collectors are usually individuals. Sometimes they collect comic books and they role play, so that's like their social. But a lot of times, comic book people are just by themselves.
Yeah.
So, do you think that's true? And what is it about role playing? But I guess it's just the nature of it, or does you just have to be more outgoing to do it?
Well, I mean, with the role players, I know some really shy people who are into the role playing, and I think for them, it's more of an escape thing because they can be someone else, and it doesn't matter. You know, if you're judged for your 15-level rogue, it's because you botched on a roll and got a 1, not because, you have like a mole here and somebody's staring at it while you're talking. So I think it's a comfort level. They can kind of slip into someone else's skin instead of their own.
Right.
I've seen both. Like when my husband and I first started dating, he would go to, granted this was in 2003. He took me to Galactic Greg's, and I'd never been inside a comic book store before.
Sure.
And he took me into Galactic Greg's, and there were a bunch of
going off to the other guys that he actually had a girlfriend.
Well, and that's kind of how it felt because, I had all these eyes on me, and it was like, oh, girl. And I kind of clutched his arm, and I felt very uncomfortable. But the first time I met his gaming group, they're like, hey, what's up? And it was more like going into a Cheers situation. We're like, hey, Norm.
Right, because they actually have girl dash friends, and they're not girlfriends. That they're just somewhere. They're girl dash friends.
Yeah, I fall into that category a lot. So
I understand. The thing is, I think that I think you've hit on something that maybe women who are looking for a date may want to try rather than going to their local church or a bowling alley to find a prospective husband. Go to a comic book store. Because here's the thing. I mean, these guys are generally cheap, but they have jobs.
Yes.
They're very cheap. Comic book collectors, very cheap, because they spend all of their disposable income on comic books, unless there's like a fringe benefit and you know what I mean. Okay, so if you're a single woman and tired of like Tinder, the dating scene, want somebody you can control and have and basically be your pet and a boyfriend at the same time. I would. The thing is, you have to go to a comic book store and get comfortable there. Don't just go once and think you're going to find somebody. You have to let the natives kind of like get used to you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They have to kind of sniff you.
And I think you kind of need to learn the lingo a little bit. You have to learn to talk the talk a bit.
Sure.
Like, you can't just go in and ask about Batman, because then you'll have 6 different timelines coming at you with different Batmans.
No, the best thing to do would be to say something like, if you go in and say something like, hey, I just saw V for Vendetta and I want to get the graphic novel. Or, hey, I like the gaming, so I want to read the Sandman graphic novels.
I love Sandman.
Yeah, Sandman's awesome. It's one of the best books.
So good.
Or, you know, you want to go, hey, I want to read the Watchmen graphic novel. Keep it limited.
Yes.
And then you go back again and you get another, like you go Sandman, you get, or maybe Fables, something, you know, where the, after they get used to your scent and are, you know, they don't get the testosterone. Again, it takes a while for the comic book guys to, because it's the BO smell usually that kind of.
And some of them are very shy and very awkward. I
would say more than some.
Well, I have a single gaming comic book friend who's very sweet, but he's very focused. If you get him talking about like whatever game he's working on, he is laser focused and will just spew all kinds of things at you. But it's interesting, even though I don't understand half the rules.
Well, you know, I'm a comic, or used to be a comic book collector.
Yes.
And not anymore. But
I didn't know you didn't anymore.
I got tired of it. I moved on. I decided to. The thing about so one of the things I did as a comic book collector is I would actually set up at comic book shows and sell comics so that I could work with other dealers, make a trade, or get something I want. And I will tell you, I've met a lot of comic book collectors that way, and I do paint a broad brush, and I'm pretty accurate on this. But I think also with comic book collectors, if you get them talking on what they like in their comic book genre, whatever they will not shut up.
Oh my God.
I mean, they act like I even know these stories. I read them. I read it. Boom. I don't know. I read Watchmen. I'd probably tell you I've read Watchmen like 10 times. And I couldn't tell you the nuances of whatever. It's like the movie. Just see the movie. It's pretty close to the movie.
I took a graphic novel class in college, and we actually did like an analysis of the things in Watchmen based on when it was written and what it responded to. And it's like, whoa, I just like to read the story.
Yeah, it's like poetry, it's okay. It's some words together. I don't know. It's fine.
Yeah, if I enjoy it, cool. I don't need to know all the deeper value meaning behind it. It's a good story. It makes you think. That's cool.
Right. All right. Question number 11. I think this might be 11. Not sure. I think we are. Question number 11. I assume you dress up for Halloween, or have, maybe as a kid.
I have, yes.
What is the favorite costume you ever had for Halloween? Your favorite costume?
When I was in 2nd grade, I was a bunch of grapes.
Like Fruit of the Loom grapes?
Yes, and that's what everybody referred to me as. My mom, who is very crafty.
Oh, nice.
A little hat out of felt that was a big grape leaf with a stem, and
nice
pipe cleaner for curlicues, and she blew up purple balloons. And safety pinned them to a sweatsuit.
Nice.
So I couldn't even sit in my desk chair. I was like balancing on the edge because of the balloons behind my butt.
Right. Yeah. Mom didn't think that part through.
No.
But it looked cool.
I just covered in balloons.
Nice.
So we have actually, I actually am going to learn to sew because my daughter is so into Halloween. She loves that, I make her costumes, and I need to upgrade my skills beyond drag queening it out with a glue gun.
Yeah. What did you say? Drag queening it out? I've never heard. Did you just make that up?
Well, I have a closet fascination with drag queens and RuPaul's Drag Race.
Sure. Okay.
It,
Who doesn't? We all go through that phase.
oh yeah, but it's fascinating to watch these men who are already naturally more beautiful than they should be, and just the makeup layers and the padding and the things they go through to look like a woman. But a lot of them will hot glue. I've seen some hot glue things to their skin, which just makes me hurt. But I've seen them like hot glue themselves into like boots and clothing and put things together with hot glue because they don't know how to sew. So it's a very fascinating thing to watch.
Well, I've on stage I've worn a dress a couple of times, and
I bet you have great legs.
I do not. I look ugly, but my
Aww.
drag name is Mistaken. So, but oh my God, I am not a pretty woman at all. Not at all.
Aww.
Oh, no. All right. So that was question number 11. I love that. I love the outfit though. I love the Fruit of the Loom grape outfit there. I would love that. Would be awesome. You should make your daughter wear the same thing just so she can
That's not a bad idea.
do that. So you're so devious. I knew you would do that. Okay, number 12. Who's a better actor, Johnny Depp or Brad Pitt?
Ooh. Hmm.
So I mean, okay, so let's kind of like I think wow, it's gonna be harder than I thought. I didn't even I just threw two names together. I like Brad Pitt, and he can, but he always seems to play kind of the same, kind of. While Johnny Depp will play anything.
That's kind of what I was thinking because Brad Pitt he's very pretty.
Yeah. Well, they're both pretty. They're both
Yes.
pretty. I mean,
Yes.
let's get on. I mean, it's amazing how much I look like if Brad Pitt and Johnny Depp were to have a child, that would look like me.
Oh, I totally see it.
It's the glasses. I wear the glasses to throw people off.
Yes, and
Um,
it works really
so,
well.
but Brad Pitt, Johnny Depp. Okay, what would you say is Johnny Depp's your favorite movie with Johnny Depp in it?
My favorite movie with Johnny Depp is Edward Scissorhands.
Okay, yeah, that's good. That's good.
Um,
And what about Brad Pitt? Favorite
I,
movie with Brad Pitt?
I have two.
Okay,
Fight Club.
very very good movie.
Yes. It's actually one of my favorite books too.
Okay.
And then Snatch. Have you seen Snatch?
I have seen parts of it. I've seen parts of it.
He plays this unintelligible gypsy, and half of his dialogue you need captioning to understand because they call it pikey, so he speaks pikey. But I would have to say, I think Johnny Depp is better because he can play. I think he has a wider range. He has, he has Captain Jack Sparrow, who's drunken gay pirate.
Right. Is he gay? Did Johnny Depp make him gay?
I don't know, honestly.
Are you
I could see it because he's very flourishy and very swishy.
He's definitely sexually ambiguous.
Yes, very
I definitely say that. I mean, sort of like I just wonder if it was like an Ernie and Bert thing where they came out and said, "Hey, they're gay."
But Bert and Ernie are based on Frank Oz and Jim Henson.
I don't know. Didn't they just come out and say that, or just people? I mean, because here's the thing: I read stuff on the internet. I don't know who writes it.
Yeah.
Okay. I could be like, oh yeah, all right. I don't know. I don't. I mean, and who would make that official canon anyway? Who does it have to be somebody from Sesame Street?
I would think so.
The official canon that Ert and Bernie.
Bert and Bernie. That's their Bizarro universe name.
Right. Bert and Ernie are now gay. Congratulations.
See,
I don't know, and that's fine. They want to be that they want to live their life. That's fine. It's none of my business. More power to you. I'll come to your ceremony. It's fine. Hey, don't even get married. I don't care. I don't want to put any strings on this.
And see, with that debate, I'm a Muppet nut. Like,
yeah, sure.
I wanted to be a Muppeteer when I was a kid. I cried when Jim Henson died. So I know ridiculous facts about Bert and Ernie. Like I said, they're based on Jim Henson and Frank Oz and their relationship with each other and pushing buttons, and they were meant to antagonize one another.
But not meant to be gay.
No, as far as I know, it was never like actually said. And I mean, Jim Henson died in 1990.
Right.
So it's not like he can come back and woo.
Yeah.
So unless his son or grandchildren say it, which I don't think they will,
Well,
or Frank Oz on his deathbed.
Didn't they sell it to Disney anyway?
Yeah.
It's not even theirs. I mean, I think the son may still work for the Muppets or the.
I think he still does as like a consultant.
Yeah.
But it's been so like muddied with the Muppets and Sesame Street, and I know Sesame Street's on HBO now, and
yeah.
So anyway, Johnny Depp.
Yeah. Well, it's all right. It's okay to segue in this show because that's the beauty of this show.
Oh, good. I have squirrel moments all the time.
Plus, we're almost to the end.
True. That's unfortunate, but that's true. Anyway.
Johnny Depp.
So I think Johnny Depp is better because he can play a range and he can play the everyman. Brad Pitt is not relatable to me. He can't play the everyman because he's got the jawline and he's pretty. And I mean, Fight Club, he had those unrealistic, chiseled everything.
Do you think he works out? Or does he have somebody work out for him?
Maybe, I wonder sometimes if they have somebody go, okay, lift.
Yeah.
Lift.
It's sort of like hospital PT.
Yeah. Or the people who are in a coma and somebody comes in and moves their legs for them to keep the circulation going.
Yes.
I wonder if there'd be a market for that. We'll work you out for you.
Yes.
Struggling from COVID weight gain? Let us come to your house. We're clean. We're tested. We'll move for you.
Well, I think that's why they invented the QB.
The what?
The QB. Have you seen these commercials where it's basically like this little box that has a pedal, 2 pedals, and you just sit there anywhere. You like, I could do the QB right now, and somehow would be giving me about it would allegedly be giving me some anaerobic. It's for people who are 70 plus and who getting off the couch is too strenuous for them.
Okay, so that'd be like the low impact pedaling.
It would be incredibly low impact. I think it's a new field category. The incredibly low impact.
I'd be worried about like under thigh chafing, like right where your thighs meet your butt from all that moving on the couch.
Sure, absolutely. That's a good point. I think you probably have to get those bicycle pants.
Oh, or some Astroglide just to make sure you're still going okay.
You know what though? If you're wearing Depends, I bet you it's okay.
That's true because they offer that extra cushion so you're a little raised up. I didn't think about it.
You can have bicycle Depends.
New trend. You heard it here first.
Yes, there you go. That is. We got to there from Johnny Depp and Brad Pitt. So you went with Johnny Depp.
I did.
Okay. This is the 13th and final question. Remember, you've been undergoing what I call the 13th degree, and you are now at the 13th degree.
Is Kevin Bacon going to come in at some time?
That's 6 degrees of separation.
Man, right through it.
This is supposed to be like the 3rd degree, the 13th degree.
Oh, I like that. Okay. I like 13 better. It's my favorite number.
You know why the name of the show is 13 and 1? Because that domain name was available.
Well, I'm glad it wasn't like 85 and 1.
85. We just have 40 more to go.
We're at the halfway point. Go take a bathroom break.
Bathroom break? We're going to have like nap break.
Like snack time.
Okay, final question of 13. The 13th degree. What is your favorite holiday food? And you know what? I've had complaints that a lot of my questions are about food. And I think that's true. But I don't care. I like food.
I do too. I was a wine cook for 5 years. I love talking about food and recipes and cooking, and I'm excited about what I'm making for dinner today.
You know what? I know for a fact I'm going to be eating today. I'm going to be eating tomorrow. Yes. If I'm lucky. If I have a bad day, I won't be eating.
That's true. If you're busy, there's no food.
Well, or like if there's a nuclear Armageddon or some, protest breaks out in my neighborhood. Probably not going to happen, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Probably not. My husband and I were just talking about something like that the other day too.
Probably
potential protests breaking out in the neighborhood or.
Yeah. Probably not. Hey, but if they show up, come on in. We'll have some coffee.
I'll make some soup.
Sure. Anyway, um,
What was the question again?
the question is favorite holiday food.
Oh, okay. So my favorite holiday food is sugar frosted Christmas cookies.
Sugar frosted Christmas. You mean the ones where they're like frosted flakes?
Okay, bad phrasing. They're sugar cookies with buttercream icing.
Oh.
And
So your basic like sugar cookie with a huge glob of icing on it.
yes, and there's a story behind it. If that's okay.
There's always a story. There's always a story.
Yes.
There's 9 million people in this city and 9 million stories. Go ahead.
So we have a family tradition, and it was something my dad did when he was a kid. So he started it, and it is my mom will bake. It's the same recipe. It's a sugar cookie recipe from scratch with a little bit of nutmeg in it. It's delicious, and she makes probably 2 batches of sugar cookies, and they're the cutout kind, not the round ones. It's the labor intensive, roll it out, make the cookie cutouts.
Sure.
So we make probably 200 cookies. And then we make big batches of buttercream frosting, which was my dad's job until he passed away a couple of years ago. Now my brother does it. But we gathered everybody. It was cookie day. Right. And some years it would just be, me, my mom, my dad, my brother, and like the neighbor friend and my aunt. And some years we'll invite friends. We've had significant others come. When we did it last year at my mom's house, we had, oh my gosh, 24 people in my mom's house. And everybody's job was to decorate the cookies. You frost them. My mom has 2 gigantic containers of sprinkles. And we have like 24 colors of food coloring, and we make all kinds of colors. And my brother makes a South Park character every year, and we would make a football player, and my husband will take a gingerbread shape and make a ninja. It's just, there are so many traditions affiliated with that and so many memories. And it's something my dad did when he was a kid, and it flooded over to, my family, and now my daughter does it with us. My brother's had, past girlfriends come, his wife comes, obviously. I have friends from when I was in high school that if I say cookie day, they're like, oh my God, that was so fun, because they remember the experience. Because a lot of my family is very boisterous and loud, just like me. I know, it's hard to believe. So it's borderline overwhelming, but in a nice way, because it's just this giant cacophony of joy and giggles and sprinkles on the floor and food coloring and eating the cookies. And it's just this big, beautiful, chaotic mess of cookies.
Okay, so buttercream cookie, sugar cookie.
Mm-hmm. And everything's made from scratch, and then there's pizza afterwards. And everybody gets the kids get to take home
It's not a holiday food. That's not the holiday food.
No, the cookies are the holiday food. Pizza's just, we need to feed everybody after.
Yeah, it's easy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you put anything special on your pizza?
It depends on who I'm around. If it's just me, I will go for either ham and pineapple and red onions.
That is weird.
Delicious. Or I will do sausage and Roma tomatoes.
Okay. All right. Okay. So those were 13 questions. You did it. You made it. That's yay! All right. So now, the tough part, I have to answer one of your questions.
Okay. So I planned for this, and I had like 5 questions in mind. I'm like, I need to figure stuff out. So I asked my husband, and he helped me pick. So knowing your background with superheroes and comic books and things like that.
Good thing we brought that up.
Yes. So you have to assemble your perfect party, your perfect like group of 4 characters.
Okay.
Heroes or villains, any licensing, any universe.
Okay, so they can all be together. So this is a multi-universal.
Yes. Okay. So multi-universal, heroes or villains, good guys, bad guys, gray area, whatever. Who would be your perfect ideal party of 4?
Okay, so wait, let me ask you this. Are we fighting crime with this, or are we just kind of hanging out?
You're actually fighting crime.
Okay, because if we're hanging out and not fighting crime, I mean, I doubt very much that I'm going to want Batman. But
Yeah,
if we're fighting crime, I want Batman.
that's fair.
Okay.
So you all have a common goal. You are all fighting some kind of crime.
Okay, so I need. Okay, number one, it's Batman because
I agree with this
he
choice.
can be the leader. He, he can kind of direct where we need to go. And I'm assuming I don't have any superpowers.
No, it's you and the other four. So
Okay, so somehow I'm there. Okay.
yes.
So number two, I'm gonna need the strongest superhero, which would be Superman.
Okay.
Okay. So then number three, now this is where the group dynamic gets a little wonky, but number three is gonna be Captain America.
Ooh.
Okay, so that's three, and I get one more, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Number four is gonna be Zatanna. So she's the magician who wears the fishnet stockings, and her and I are just gonna hang out and talk and chill. Okay.
He's strikingly powerful.
Yes, and it's just going to be her and I. Those three other dudes can go save anything. I'm not necessary. Zatanna and I are just going to be chilling. Okay, what's up, girl? You know what's happening? So that would be the ideal super team. The two of us kind of chilling because in Batman, Superman, and Captain America save the world. So we're good. You know what? And if Captain America wasn't available, I might go with Thor, but I don't know if we need Thor. I think Captain America is a good team player, and you're gonna need a team player with Batman. So I'm gonna stick with my original thought on this, and then Zatanna and I'll be hanging out. Probably at a bar, nightclub.
Somewhere where her outfit would be acceptable.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. I mean, and these days, I don't know what place wouldn't allow that outfit.
That's true, because I've been to Red Robin and seen some interesting wardrobe choices.
Red Robin. you're, when you're seeing the crazy outfits in Red Robin, hey, you know what? I can't have any more of these unlimited fries. That woman over there is not wearing any clothes.
Like, she's ruining my meal. Can I have the check, please?
Yeah,
I have to go.
I gotta go. No more unlimited fries for this fella.
I'll take this.
Anna over there with that dude? What's going on? And why does he keep getting the unlimited fries? You know what, though? That would be beautiful. Every meal with Zatanna is unlimited food.
That's true, because she just say words backwards food.
That's amazing. That's so cool that you know that's her power, that she says words backwards and it comes true or whatever. It's so cool.
You want to know why I know that? Because my daughter loves DC superhero girls and Zatanna and the characters.
Yes, I was a big DC fan. Zatanna, when I was a kid, was like my secret crush.
I can see that.
She was wearing the traditional little tuxedo top, the little and the fishnets. That was my. I remember when I was in 8th grade. Some girl did this little dance routine. No, I wasn't 8th grade, I was in 2nd grade. And this 8th grader, because it was a 1 through or K, well, it was a 1 through 8 grade school. She did this little dance routine and wore fishnets, and I was just like, I always knew I liked girls. There's never any doubt. I was like, wow, she's so beautiful. And I'm like 7.
Hey, when you know, you know.
You just know. I mean, that's fine. Anyway,
so that's another question I would have if it was after hours.
But maybe we'll have you back for the after hours special.
That would be fun
to do that since you already know. We just have to make sure your children and your husband are asleep.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially the husband.
Especially the husband. Yeah, don't want to end up in divorce court. All right. So there we go. We did it. You did it. Awesome. You did it. 13 questions. You gave me one awesome question. I loved it. Could throw in Zatanna, my favorite character of all time. And so that was 13 questions, no prizes, but we're going to do another episode next week. We'll have somebody else. But Sarah, you're definitely coming back, whether it's the After Dark show, the After show, this show, another time, because you did great.
Yay, it was fun. Thank you.
Sure. No, I loved it. It was good times. Again, if you are watching this on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. If you're watching it or listening to it, because this could be on other platforms as well, hit subscribe. Do whatever it tells you to do so that I know that you're watching and that I can do more of this, because that so benefits me. But again, it's time to go. This is my outro intro music done by Charlie Fleming, who's going to be appearing on an episode soon. And Sara, thank you so much. You did great.
Thank you. It was a great time.
Awesome. All right, hang in there, and we will see you next time on 13 and 1. I'm Francis Beltry. Thank you, Sara. Charlie Fleming's music, and we're good to go.